560,000 people, and Helsinki is built on a peninsula. It's surrounded by the sea, so we have quite a bit of water here around us. The water here around Helsinki is over salty. That's the Gulf of Finland, but the salt content is very low. It's only 0.5%. So if you would come here in the winter time, everything would be salad frozen here. And that's part of the reason Finns are good in building icebreakers, because we can test them here in our own harbors. Finland is the only country where all harbors can freeze during the winter time. And because Finland is depending on export, so we have to keep our harbors open all year round. This is one of the flea markets here on your left hand side. We don't have rummage sales in Finland like for instance in the States. Instead we have to come always to the open. Is our old opera building. It was used as a national opera for many years. Today it's a theater. It's called Alexander Theater. The stage in this building is so small that when they were performing Swan Lake, Swan could at the same time and just push the button so it comes to the right level and so on. This street is called Boulevard. I understand you get maps from your ship, so if you want to photo decorations. Today the architectural style is much plainer. This Art Nouveau style was in fashion in turn of 18 and 1900s, and Dallas Airport in Washington DC, just to mention a few buildings. Eliel was the father and Eero is the son. The homes here are privately owned. In Finland, 80% of people own their own homes, and the good reason, one good reason to that is homes. And the dream of a Finn is, of course, to live in a private home by the lake, middle in the forest, without no neighbors around. We Finns are very private, very introverted, very serious people. I will tell you more about that when we get out of these buildings from downtown area. Now, at the next lights, we are turning on Mannerheim Street, which is the longest street in Helsinki. It was named after Field Marshal General Mannerheim in 1942, when he had his name any streets after anybody. So if we do that, it is a very big honor. Field Marshal General Mannerheim is considered a big hero in Finland. He was the chief in command in all 3 wars Finland has experienced. Only 5.5% of us are Swedish speaking, so most of us are Finnish speaking. But because we are officially bilingual country, it means that all the official matters have to be provided also in Swedish. And the white building there was the Swedish theater. This goes back to the history that we are officially bilingual country. It is set in our constitutional law, and that means so we have 2 names for everything in Finland. If I have anybody from Canada with me today, so you know what it means to be bilingual officially. Alexander Street to the right, and then 2 buildings to the right belongs to the students of Helsinki University. In the winter time, students have various activities in these buildings. They have choirs and orchestras and so on. Now the railway station to the right. It's made of red granite, or sometimes called the red granite, also the rose granite. And then the modern building to your right is the Museum of Modern Art. And if you look to the right, you will see the statue of our president. Her name is Tarja Halonen. Can you see the red-headed lady there? She's our president. That's the Museum of Contemporary Art, so you have to understand it. We have a lady president. Her name is Tarja Halonen, and she is now serving her first term in office. Finland is an Republic, and we have also granite, like you obviously can see also. We have a unicameral one chamber parliament of 200 members, parliament 76 are women. In Finland, traditionally women have been very highly educated, they still are, and there are women also in very high positions, like the president of Finland is a woman. The building with the red tower on your left-hand side is the National Museum. That's also designed by Elias Saarinen, water parks in Helsinki. Finns are nature people, and in Helsinki, or we have to live in apartments, we need a lot of greenery around us. So therefore the parks are very well kept also by the city of Helsinki with tax money. This is now our new opera house to your right. We Finns are very fond of opera and classic music and theater, and in the winter time we have plenty of time for that. It's closed for the winter, for the summer, but we do have summer theaters and then the open air concerts and so on in the summertime. But we Finns live very much according to seasons. Turle Bay on your right hand side now, and when we Swedish time, Finland did not exist like nation. We were just backwoods for them, and they treated us like that too. How we became part of Sweden happened very Soviet Union. Soviet Union attacked Finland. They wanted to take part of Finland, the eastern part, to protect the Leningrad at the time. Russians were 200 millions, and we Finns were only 3.8 millions. So Russians were, if you remember history, the whole Europe was in turmoil, and the whole world actually was upside down. So we fought here bitterly to keep our own home, and finally it's a different. Finland is today part of the European Union. We have been since 1995. The business is very good here, economy is good, the living standard is one of the highest in the world. Finland is one of the leading social welfare countries, which means we take very good care. Still a little bit spring is green. The new church of Sipoo is there to the right, but we will pay the visit to the old church. We also have restrooms.
Cobblestone floor. This church was built in 1450. 50 years before Columbus sailed. Notice the use of brick here again. It's then the select use of it. It was used when precise dimensions were required, for example, windows. You wonder how they take care of that roof. There's a ladder going up to the top. I don't know what this one is here. What his purpose was.
inexpensively from the state railway system and started to fix it. And now it has been really inspected and so that it has a legal rights to travel. But it's very difficult and work demanding to get it going. It needs a lot of wood. In Finland we have never used coal to run the engines. We have always used wood. It may be 2-3 weeks in the summertime.
Right, push your backpack. Spinner, turn around. Turn around.
He will be moving here in front of the train, and if someone...
I went to bed immediately when they told me that. I turned my watch and said that I was operating on that. Yeah. So I know really what time it was the bed. Yeah. But we watched.
A lot of wood stacked up there.
TV. We just came in and saw the TV on CNN. Didn't get that either.
You had plenty of time.
Train.
You're in the restaurant.
Car.
I did see you, and it's
Although it's probably newer than this one.
I wonder if he picks people up here and takes them back to where we
I
started.
bought the violin.
Or maybe it's a school.